So I'm gonna be reading my first Stephen King book, Misery. We're gonna see how this goes. I am currently almost on page 50, so I have a little bit of opinion so far. Definitely not that far into it. I am not enjoying these chapters. Like, the chapters split up mid-page. Like, there's no whole page in between, like breaking it up like in a normal book. Just kind of splits off right there, and I feel like, I don't know, it kind of makes the book feel longer when it does that, because I would love the fact that they're short chapters if it meant there was gonna be like a blank page every once in a while, but there's not. Stephen King so far has very interesting, unique writing, and I was saying that it really is like stepping out of my comfort zone and definitely exercising my brain a little bit more than I normally do with reading, which is good. So yeah, he's just kind of a unique writer, I'm learning, but so far so good. It's like one of those situations where like it's very disturbing what's happening, but I also just can't look away. Like, I just want to keep reading for some reason. If anybody doesn't know what this is about, it basically is about this like famous author who gets in a car crash and is kidnapped basically by his biggest fan, and this lady, she's crazy. There's just something off about her. There's something not right. Obviously, she's not right if she's kidnapping somebody, but she's just odd. She's very odd, and you just like slowly learn more and more about her and about his circumstances, because he is bedridden. He broke both of his, like shattered both of his legs, and slowly he's realizing this is actually a bad situation I'm in. He's like realizing this slowly but surely, but also like in between like pain meds and everything. Not much has happened. There was one thing that was kind of crazy to me, which it was very disturbing. She got mad at him for some reason that was obviously not like something that she should be mad at, but she threw a bowl of soup and it shattered on the ground, or like shattered like on the wall, and she cleaned it up, and she's like cleaning this soup up slowly, and so he's going without his medicine and he's like in excruciating pain, and once she's done like mopping all of this soup up, she makes him drink down his medicine with this dirty like mop water. I was like, this is the very beginning of the book. I'm scared for what's going to happen later. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. I'm going to probably take a bath and get comfortable, and then we're gonna get in bed and get into this crazy story that's happening. So it's the next night, and I did read a good amount last night. I think I read a good amount. I think I read like 20 pages, which honestly is a good amount, especially for this book and for me personally. But I'm about to get in bed and read some more. I'm finding what is happening to me in this book. Like, I want to know what's going on, but it's like I am reading and then my brain is drifting off. Like, I think I might have to turn on the audiobook of this, even though I really don't want to, because I want to like challenge my brain a little bit to get through it on my own, you know? But like just exercise my reading skills a little. But I don't know. I'm gonna try to sit and just be silent and see if I can dive into it a little bit. But it's like when I'm reading it, I read a sentence and then something reminds me of something else and my brain is drifting off. And that doesn't happen every time I read. It's just a lot of the time I'm more immersed in it. And one thing I'm finding about this book that I don't love is the fact that it's like all one setting. Like, they're not going anywhere. They're not really doing anything. Like, creepy stuff is happening when she's like talking to him, and then it's mainly just like in his brain, his thoughts, and like drifting off. And I'm like, is what we're reading right now even important, even though it's like the whole story? I just think it's kind of like slow paced a little bit right now. There's definitely been some things that are like eerie, but not anything that's like page turning, I wouldn't say. So, but I'm gonna try to get in bed and, well, I'm gonna get in bed, but I'm gonna try to really get immersed in this world. If I can't do that tonight, then I might just go ahead and turn on the audiobook and get through it that way. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not like I'm not liking it. It's just I feel like I can't stay focused on it. It's kind of like a tough read for me for some reason. I don't know if this is all Stephen King. I'm kind of worried about that because I do have another one of his. I have Billy Summers, but I know this is like an older one of his. Maybe it's just this one and like his earlier works, because Billy Summers, I think that was released like a few years ago, so it should be like more like modern speaking, and this was like, I don't even know when this was released, but it was not that recently. Oh yeah, it was written between 1985 and 1986. I feel like I should give myself a little bit of grace because it is a little bit challenging for me, because I feel like there's words and like different things that we don't really even use today that I think is just throwing me off and making it a little bit more of a challenging read for me. But we're gonna see what I can do. I'm literally struggling to even keep my eyes open right now. I probably look it too. I'm so tired. I didn't take a nap today, which is good, but I feel like it's catching up to me and I need to go to bed soon. So I'm trying to get a little bit of reading done and then I'm gonna be out like a light. Hey guys. I don't know why my eyes are all dry right now. I need to take out my contacts, but I'm gonna do my skincare while I give a little bit of an update on Misery. I'm gonna put Vaseline around my eyes, so don't judge. I think I'm getting into it. There was just this part that just happened that like Annie, the captor, like was freaking out, like talking about this story about like how her and her brother went to like a show or a movie. I think it was like a show, I guess, but it was like at the movie theater from what I understood. And she like freaked out because like basically there was like a continuity, I don't know, I guess it was a continuity error. Something happened in the episode that they were watching that couldn't have happened because of the last episode, you know, like so it was just like off. And she was talking about it and like freaked out and was telling him that he couldn't rewrite Misery the way he was going to, or write Misery the way he was going to, because it would be like a continuity error type of thing. And she freaked out and she was like yelling at him, even though she was literally just sitting there watching her talk about her story. And then she just started yelling at him and it was really scary. And he goes something like, I have to write this right or else she is going to kill me. This girl is not right. But I did have to start listening to the audiobook of it because dang, it was just not going well for me. I was having the hardest time reading this book. It was like, I don't know if I said this already, but it was like every time I picked it up, I would read a sentence and then my thoughts would just drift off. And like, that's how I know that like I'm just not really in a book, and I just like couldn't get in it. So it's definitely helping to listen to it because it's helping me focus a little bit better, I think. Yeah, my camera is currently dying, so I'm gonna have to change out the charger and we'll get in bed and read a little bit more before I go to sleep. This much left. I'm like, I haven't seen it. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I assume things are about to get wild. We're about to go out to the beach, but I don't even know how long in my book left. I'm on like page like 230 or something, and things are getting kind of crazy. I'm gonna hopefully finish maybe today. I guess, I don't know if I should say what happened or not, but kind of crazy. Let's see what page I'm on. I just got to part 3, and I feel like part 3 is gonna be really a lot. I don't know. What just happened was not okay. It was not okay. I did not like that. So, I don't know. I think I just need to get through it. I don't know how much I'll enjoy the rest of it because it's just kind of disturbing, honestly. But we will see. So, I finished Misery. Hopefully this is an okay angle, like at the top of my bed. But I finished Misery. I'm rating this a 2 stars, I think, is what I rated it on Goodreads. Ooh. I think maybe I'll like the movie a little bit better because obviously it doesn't take as long to watch a movie as it does to read this book. And it's like, no, like this book looks pretty small. It's not. I really don't think it is. Like, because it's not broken up by chapters, as I said earlier. Like there are different chapters, but it's like mid-page changes the chapter. And so there's barely any like white space. And I don't know. I just was bored a lot of the time reading this. I already set this this, but it's like I would read one sentence and then my thoughts would drift up. I'm glad that I ended up switching to the audiobook to finish this. That definitely helped, but I still didn't enjoy it. Like, I was not enjoying this. It was just boring to me. Like, there just wasn't enough action. And it's not like I don't like horror or anything like that. Like, those parts were probably the most like entertaining, even though they were disturbing. I guess I wanted more like of a thriller, and this just wasn't a thriller. In my opinion, it just wasn't. And I didn't really love the writing of it, which I do have another Stephen King book that I will try at some point because I own it. I have Billy Summers, so I will try that one out and see. Hopefully I like that one better than I like this one. But as far as this writing goes in this book, it wasn't for me. Like, I didn't like how there were like metaphors that he would just like keep bringing back up. I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it. I guess it was well done. There wasn't anything that I was like, this is a bad author. It just was boring to me, and I can see, I guess, how it could be entertaining to other people. I guess I just didn't like the way he would like drift off into his thoughts. It didn't feel like I was reading anything of importance to the plot or the story. It just felt kind of like filling space, like especially when he would go into the book part of it. It was like you're reading what the character is writing, and then there would be like pages of like a different book, you know, the book that he's writing, and it just felt kind of like pointless. Like, there were parts that I just barely paid attention to, and I still understood what was going on. So I don't know. I know people really love this book, and I just saw a video of Stephen King on some talk show talking about like what his favorite books are, like that he's written, and he said Misery is one of his favorites. And I'm like, dang. I was hoping that this would be kind of like one that, you know, maybe isn't the best, because I really didn't like it very much. So I'll try Billy Summers at some point, and maybe I'll like that one better. It's definitely like a completely different plot than this one is. I really don't know. I'm disappointed that I didn't like this, but I will watch the movie at some point and see how I like that. But as for the book, I could have gone without this. It wasn't a good experience. I didn't feel good reading it. I felt like icky, and I'm sure that's the point, like, but I also feel bored, you know? I'm sad that I didn't like it, but I don't know, maybe horror is not for me. Maybe that's just it. Maybe the horror genre is not for me. Maybe I just like thrillers more. That could be it, because thriller, it's like more plot driven, more like fast paced, I feel like, where this, like the horror genre, is more like eerie and slow paced and more character driven, more in their head, and kind of just makes you feel weird. Maybe I just don't like the horror genre. I always try to give books the benefit of the doubt, and I always just blame myself for not liking a book because I know it's for a lot of people, so it could just not be for me. And that's okay. Rated it a 2 stars. I won't be able to unsee the things that I have seen from reading this book, like the pictures that I have in my head of these awful things. I did that to myself, so what can you do? Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this little reading vlog. I wish I had filmed more because it's kind of short, but at the same time, I really was just trying to get through this book at the end. I really was just not really caring much about what was going on. I was just trying to get through it. Hopefully I'll do another reading vlog soon, and hopefully I'll like the book a lot more than I did this book. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!